they're a very talented team, and once they get going and kind of get in a rhythm, they are difficult to stop, and they got a lot of talent. It's not just one or two players. I think somebody asked me about Asia Wilson for the game, and I think my response was, yeah, she's a terrific player, and had a great game the last time out. But they're not a one-dimensional team. They got a lot of good players, and when you can put 6 people in double figures, that sort of confirms what I was talking about. But the second half just got out of control for us, and they took full advantage of it.
Coach, how much does that have to do with fatigue? I know Natalie's working her way back. Victoria, you guys continue to be short-handed and having to rely on a lot of players playing a lot. Did fatigue kind of set in the second half?
Well, everybody's tired. We're not going to use fatigue as an excuse. I think our team in the third quarter got away from some of the things that worked for us in the first half. And, Vegas is a team that if you take ill-advised shots or you rush your offense, they're going to defensive rebound the ball and come running at you. And that's what happened. We were on the receiving end of a transition game too often in the third quarter, and that just makes matters worse. So, everybody has to play through fatigue. It's not the fatigue per se. It's mentally you have to stay disciplined in what you're doing because they're talented and they're physical, and that's the way the game is being played. So, it's as much a mental battle as anything else. But if you give them opportunities to do what they do well, and number one on the list is transition, then that's tough. It's going to be a long evening.
Ben Rosoff.
That you were able to have Lauren and Natalie out there on the same night. Combine that with just what Teaira can bring on any given night. How nice is it to have all three of those players in your lineup now going forward?
Well, we drafted Lauren Cox for a reason. She's a very good post player, good passer, good shooter, and she's getting her feet wet. Again, she's only been here for just about a week, and it's her third game, and I think you're seeing her progress and get better with every game. But we feel like we have a good complement of post people. It's unfortunate that Nat's banged up right now. She gave us the effort that she could give, but she's far from 100%. And the other two are very young, so we're just going to keep getting better, keep developing them, and move forward.
Ben Gibson, anything for Coach?
You mentioned there that the transition, I believe, offense for the Aces. Your guys' offense, the shooting percentages dropped as the game went on. What were they taking away from you guys that was hurting you guys like that?
I think we were settling for quick shots. In first half, we were a little more patient. Worked harder to get the kinds of shots we wanted, worked harder to put them in positions defensively that were difficult for them. And then I think in the third quarter, we lost our focus and just started taking quick shots, a little bit too much one-on-one. And, we have the ability to beat people one-on-one, but we don't want a steady diet of one-on-one play. It's just not it's not how we have grown as a team and how we've displayed our ability as a team thus far this season. And we kind of got away from what we like to do. And I don't know if that was a mental fatigue or a physical fatigue, but, I think we were our own worst enemy at times on offense, and that contributed to some of the problems that we were having. Their guards were very good at getting into the paint and scoring on us, and we got to look at that too. Defensively, we had some difficulty handling the matchups one-on-one. So those two things really were a problem for us, particularly in the second half.
Ben Rosoff, got time for one more.
Yeah, Coach, I know you've said that Julie is more of a pass-first point guard, but with how efficient she's been so far this year, are you asking or would you like her to shoot more?
Yeah, I mean, I've given her the green light to shoot the ball when she's open, and she had a couple looks tonight that she passed on that I wish she would have taken shots. But look, I've been thrilled with how she's playing, and she's running the team well. She has a good feel for the game. I mean, she's been terrific, but there are times when I think she defers offensively, and she'll get better at that. I think she has gotten better already, but we're going to continue to work on that because she has a really nice shot, makes good decisions, and I think she's capable of contributing in the scoring area a little bit more.
Hey T, how difficult is it to keep Las Vegas out of the paint? I mean, they're really aggressive in transition and in the half court and attacking the basket. I mean, for you as a center, how difficult is that to deal with, and how do you feel like you guys did today?
It's most definitely difficult to deal with because, for one, they're long. So, I mean, like, they're always in the passing lane. Even if they're not there, they're really there. And I just think that tonight, we outplayed ourselves. We stopped going to what was working. We just got away from what we were doing in the first half.
Asia Wilson is one of the top scorers in the league. You guys did a good job containing her, but when a player like Angel McCown gets going with the touch and the moves that she has around the rim, how difficult is she to stop?
She most definitely was difficult to stop tonight. I mean, yes, we limited Asia's, touches and what she's capable of. But, I mean, at the same point in time, you can't stop one player from getting theirs and then letting somebody else go off. That just is imbalance. So, on that, it was against us, collectively as a team. I feel like we could have did better by stopping her what she was supposed to.
Ben Rosoff.
Yeah, Teaira, tonight was the first time that you, Lauren, and Natalie were all out there together tonight, or at least just all in the lineup tonight. I'm just wondering how nice is it having all those players available going forward, just to kind of take a little bit more of the load off your shoulders?
It's most definitely a good feeling, knowing that we have everyone in the post position healthy and ready to go. So, I mean, like, it takes a load off, all of us, because, I mean, all of us play the same position.
Anything else for Teaira, guys?
Just kind of the same thing I ask Coach. They seem to get you guys out of your offense in the second half. What were they doing that was taking that away from you?
Most definitely pressuring us, when they were up and they were getting after us, we kind of panicked a little bit. And, I mean, we got to learn how to handle that better, relieve some of the pressure off of our guards so that we can run our offense where we want to run our offense versus where other teams make us run our offense. And I think that's just all on us, and the thing of, being capable of handling the ball with pressure on us.
Hey, Lauren, I know you were able to kind of finally make a three-pointer. It seemed like you're able to find your legs a little bit offensively, but how would you kind of rate your conditioning right now as you work your way back?
It's kind of hard to give it a rating right now, but I'm getting there. I feel better and better every day. Knocked down a few shots today, getting my legs back under me, so I'm feeling good.
Go ahead, get out of the team.
And defensively, how much of a challenge is it? I know you're playing some 5 and you're kind of really banging down there and protecting the paint. What's that transition been like, and how do you feel like your defense is coming along right now?
It's definitely a lot more physical. Banging around in the paint. It's a lot harder, and especially when you're not in good shape yet, it takes out a lot of you. So I think I'm doing an okay job. I can always do better. And that's going to come as my conditioning gets better.
Ben Rosoff.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yeah.
Asia just went 5 for 17 tonight, and there were a couple times that you did a really great job defensively on her. I was just wondering what was working for you on the times when you were able to bother her shot.
Can you say that last part one more time?
Yeah, just Asia going 5 for 17, and you were matched up on her a lot. Just what was working out there when you were able to bother her in the paint?
I think my length was able to bother her, and I use that to my advantage. I think a lot of people don't think I'm as long as I am, and then I'm able to alter shots.
Ben Gibson, do you have one?
Yeah, you took more shots tonight, I believe, than you have the whole season. Obviously, you're dealing with a lot getting up to speed and conditioning and everything, but how hard is it to find your shot in a game when you're having limited opportunities right now?
It's definitely hard, but like I did tonight. I just got to make the most of those opportunities when I do get those shots.
How difficult is a team like Las Vegas to stop? Not only do they have Asia Wilson, one of the top scorers, but they also have Jackie Young and a lot of capable shooters. What were they able to do to kind of get in the paint and score? And how can you guys kind of slow them down and kind of just prevent them from shooting such a high clip as they were today?
I think we have to do a better job with our on-ball defense and our stagger screen defense. Like you said, they got a lot of shots in the paint, not necessarily so much from their bigs, but their guards got in there. So we have to be more aggressive. We have to dictate where they're going, and we can't just react to their movements. We have to be active, and we knew most of their sets, so you know where they're going to go, but you just have to be physical.
Ben Rosoff.
Yeah, Candice, tonight was the first time that Teaira, Lauren, and Natalie were all out. We're all in the same lineup available for one game. I'm just curious, how nice is that going forward to kind of have that depth, and how good is it to take kind of a little bit of a load off you?
I mean, it's great to have everybody playing, especially when it comes to substitutions. You don't have to have everybody play as many minutes. I thought, Lauren and T did a great job tonight. Nat's trying to get back into things. But it's great having everybody available.
And then I'm just curious, it seems like you guys have a great performance and then follow it up with a little bit of a struggle. How frustrating has it been so far to not really establish 2 consecutive wins or some consistency in that regard?
I mean, it's pretty frustrating. For some reason, we self-destruct, and this isn't the first game that we've done it. I don't know if we get tired. I didn't feel like they upped their defensive pressure. But we just go away from what works for us in the first half. And we have to stop doing that, because then it puts us in a major hole before you know we're down by 20 points. So we've got to find a way to figure it out. Basketball is a game of runs. We got to find a way to stop the bleeding and, still do what we're capable of doing.